Hello everybody, welcome to another Digidope video. Today we're going to be talking about the Intel Arc A770, but unfortunately this is not our upscaling and ray tracing video. Today we're going to be talking about warranty support. So why are we talking about warranty support? Well, as I mentioned, we're working on our upscaling and ray tracing video. And I had been working with the 3060, all of its benchmarks completed, and it was time to move on to the A770 last night, around 1 a.m. And I thought, you know what, I don't actually want to do any more benchmarking at 1 a.m. I'm going to play some games with a friend. And contacted somebody and said, hey, you want to play? And while he was getting fired up, I started playing some Warzone solo matches. And on my second solo match, my machine got a black screen crash. Now, if you're not familiar with this issue, it's something that we've had happen through our testing with the Arc card several times, which led me to change the motherboard on my machine because we believed it was an incompatibility with the B450 that built up over time because the card did work for a considerable amount of time in that machine. But now the same behavior is occurring with the X570 board. So, we did what anyone else would do. We updated the latest drivers. The new driver, 4032, just was released. It was really easy to upgrade to. I mean, that part of the tool works well. Unfortunately, it did not solve our issue. Trying to launch a game, anytime it got near running a 3D engine, the game would just crash. Bang. Black screens, have to unpower the machine, power it back up. On the second time this happened, I got a screen saying that the card was not compatible with UEFI and that my machine was going to boot in CSM mode. At this point, there's no chance that it's a software problem, and it's definitely not an operating system problem if it's happening on the BIOS level. I do believe we have a bad example of an ARC card, so it should not be representative of all ARC cards. But we decided we need to go through the warranty procedure. And any additional troubleshooting Intel may be able to provide. If we can get this card working, that just means we can get our next video out faster, other than waiting for an RMA that's going to take who knows how long. So I did already have a thread started in the Intel Community Support Forum back on November 26th when we first ran into these issues. So it well documents all of the process I've been through so far. So, as a normal user would, I Googled Intel Arc support. And that took me to the support page. There's a link there that says, how do I get warranty? You click that page, and it asks if it is an OEM machine that has an ARC card built in, or if it's a standalone desktop card. If it's a standalone desktop card, you need to run the warranty support tool. But there's no link to it on this page. Why is that, Intel? It's an easy win. So, you have to Google warranty support tool. When you find that, you get to a page where you have to enter your product number and serial number. Now, the product number and serial number on the ARC card are located on the back plate, which is a little strange because it can get scuffed up and scratched moving in and out of a machine. Most users probably aren't installing and removing a graphics card that often, but it's still a strange option. There's also a QR code that contains the information on the back plate. But there is also another QR code here beside the PCI Express slot. We'll get some B-roll of this for you. But beside the PCI Express pins, the little tab here that is sort of the alignment pin to get it into the slot has the QR code on it as well. It's kind of neat. Definitely different than a sticker on the back plate. So once we got the product ID into the Intel webpage, it said it was invalid. Now, there was a lot of zeros in both the product number and the serial number, so I thought perhaps I made a mistake and I can't tell the difference between an O and a 0 on this really small type. So I used my phone to get the QR code and then sent that to myself on the computer to fill out the form. Copy and paste, it still says it was an invalid serial number. So that's unfortunate. So what do we have to do then? You have to scroll down to warranty support further down the page and then contact support. This is going to open an Intel ticket. Now, if any of you watched when we were trying to open an Intel ticket to get our Modern Warfare 2 that came with the Arc card, that was a painful process that took 5 days. I am hoping it's going to be shorter than 5 days to be able to either get this troubleshot or the RMA started. Time will tell. So once we've contacted support, we select graphics out of the list, and then Intel Arc, and then we have to sign into an account or create a new account if you don't already have one. I've been dealing with Intel personally and professionally for years, so I already had an account that I signed in with. Then you need to choose whether it's a product you own or a product you're considering purchasing. Obviously, it's a product we own. Then we moved on, we selected the A770 16 gig, and whether it was OS or warranty. Now this was a tricky choice. I believe we need to do more troubleshooting. I want to really eliminate all other options before we send this card away, because chances are it's going to be a long time before it comes back. I think a normal user may want to select warranty if they know their card's bad. So we selected OS issues, at which point then you put in details about the product. So the product again, what monitors you're using with the product, how it's connected. In our case, it's display. Information on your system. So I put Asus and AMD because obviously this is not a pre-built. And then I uploaded my most recent SSU file. SSU is the Intel scan tool. It basically checks your logs, your drivers, things like that, puts it in a text file for diagnostics for Intel to look at. So I'd done one earlier in the day when I was checking my community support forum. So we got that set up, and then you have to add the details of the issue. So the details of the issue, I put in, I was getting black screen when gaming, and that I had started a community post, and there's a link with all of the details and screenshots provided. And then I click submit. And almost immediately I got an email from Intel saying the ticket was created with the ticket number. And then I was reading through the ticket details. Intel cut off my description and did not show my link to the community support post or even mention that I had one with all the details. So why is that so frustrating? Because clearly I can give it to them again. But what this means is that the first person that contacts me from Intel to help me with my issue still will have no idea what my issue is. And if it's an email chain, this may go back and forth 1 email per day. That's been my status quo with Intel to this point. It could really extend the support time. So with that stated, we're going to have a look. Hopefully we're going to see some progress here. But it's really frustrating that my serial number and product number were not available at the warranty support site. Given all the recent issues with NVIDIA and AMD are having, Intel has this really low-hanging fruit that they can just grab to help make their product better, but it seems they're bound and determined to be the worst product out there. They're trying really hard. They have these easy wins like small fixes in the ARC control panel, or your warranty and RMA site actually working and being useful for the customer. Just not there. It's really frustrating. But while we're waiting for a response from Intel, we're going to complete our benchmarking on the other cards so that when we do get the Intel card back, we can finally get those upscaling and ray tracing numbers out to you. So in the meantime, I hope everyone's had a happy new year, and we will see you in the next video, hopefully soon with a working A770. But until then, bye for now.